Yo, what's going on, people? King Rich is back again with another live stream. Yeah, happy new year. We're in 2026, and I just thought that it would be important for me to do a live stream which would set us up for the rest of the year. Um, as a black man, I'm from the UK, born and raised. My background is Nigerian, Nigerian mother and father. But yeah, grew up, born and raised in London, South London. I've lived in America. Did college football in America for 5 years, and now living outside of like London, living in a predominantly white environment. I've had a lot of experience and seen a lot in my life. I would say that I grew up like just any other black guy in South London. In a kind of in desperate environment. A lot of people were broke, a lot of people were struggling, survival mode, etc., etc. I have friends that did a lot of bad things. I did a lot of bad things. Sell this, sell that. Smoking, drinking, staying out all night, getting into fights, stealing, and doing all sorts of silly things. Right. Um, and a lot of black guys have this similar experience, especially when you come from a single parent household where there's only one parent who is trying to do everything. They're trying to work, put money on the table, and still be a parent at the same time. And literally, one person can't do everything, and especially when it comes to raising a black male, right? Because as a boy, you're going to have a lot of energy. You are going to be wanting to explore. You're going to want to try things, and sometimes partake in dangerous behaviors, right? And from this experience, and at this point in my life now, I realize that a lot of times we are set up to fail, right? We are set up to fail because there's a lot of external forces which put in certain systems psychologically and institutionally in our path for us to fail, to self-destruct. Yeah, I believe that at this time in history, we all right, hold on, someone's saying the volume's low. Is the volume low? Okay, maybe the volume is a bit low. I don't know what's going on, because sometimes like I start the live streams and the volume's low for some reason. All of a sudden it's been acting like that. I don't know why it's been doing that, but the volume should be higher now. So yeah, so I've given you guys a little bit of background. Hold on, that's too high. I've given you lot a little background into who I am and where I come from. Southeast London, obviously, got in trouble, been arrested, been on trial, assault, selling things, all kinds of things. Been arrested loads of times, got into petty problems with other black boys in the street, carried a weapon for my own safety, all these kind of things, chasing women, not having focus, being aimless, been an addict to smoking the green stuff, basically just wasting a lot of years when I should have been applying myself and being indoctrinated into the usual mindset that a lot of black boys have, that you have to be some kind of rapper, criminal, or athlete to get respect in this world, to actually be somebody in this world. Right? And I think that this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem. As I said, I think there's outside forces who deliberately target black men specifically to self-destruct. This is a very important topic. Please, everybody, support this live stream by liking the video, leaving comments after it. All right. And a happy new year to everybody. Hold on. Big up to the guys that have already hit the super chat. Appreciate y'all. Hold on 1 second, man. Like, I literally just switched on the camera right now. I didn't really set up this live stream, so this is going to be a very, very raw live stream right now. All right. Big up to Fancy Giant for the super chat. He says, Happy New Year, bro. Been following you since 2016. Appreciate you. Big up Fancy Giant. Appreciate you, bro. And big up Spice Jab for the super chat, Canadian dollars. Happy New Year, King. Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to everybody else. Big up. So yeah, now a lot of times as black people, we always talk about the external entities. We talk about white supremacy, we talk about racism, institutionalized racism, etc., etc. But to be honest, at this point in history, I think that we need to take control of our own minds. I think that we are at a point in history where, you know, you don't have to be indoctrinated into the propaganda anymore. People don't even watch TV as much as they did back in the day. People watch other people like themselves on YouTube. You're watching me right now. I'm no different to any of you people out there. In fact, a lot of you people out there have actually met me in real life. A lot of you people saw me at Carnival. A lot of you people have seen me in London. And at the end of the day, like, it's a choice at this point. Now, those external entities, they are still pushing certain narratives or pushing certain stereotypes and images of black men, which are negative and somewhat encourage those images. But I think we're at a point in history where we have choice. It's not just one-dimensional media anymore. There's all different types of black guys on social media platforms that are doing their thing, etc., etc., podcasts, videos, etc., TikToks, etc. So you know, I truly believe as a black guy, you can be yourself. I did a video recently, or I did 2 videos recently, which was talking about Kai Cenat. And he was talking about how his ex-girlfriend, Gigi, basically left the relationship with him. And it was alleged that she had cheated with NBA Youngboy, a gangster rapper. Now, anybody that knows who Kai Cenat is would probably describe him as a nice guy. He's a legit guy. He's not a guy that is walking around with weapons or doing any kind of criminal activity. This is a legit guy. Right? Whereas NBA Youngboy is a polar opposite. He is a black guy who represents thug, hood, ghetto culture. He embodies that. And not only that, he puts out content media which glamorizes and glorifies that lifestyle. In essence, he is an influencer who influences other black people to buy into that lifestyle choice. Now, someone left a comment underneath that video and said, come on now, Kai is a lame. They probably seen him as their little brother. And in response to that comment, which really irked me, I wrote underneath, bro, what makes Kai lame exactly? Why? Because he's not a gangster rapper like NBA Youngboy. Is that why Kai is automatically a lame? I said, come on, brother. We're in 2026. Let black men be whoever they want to be. Like, and that's what inspired this live stream. Why is it that we are the only demographic of men on this planet that are pigeonholed? Hold on. Big up to Spice Jab for another super chat. Appreciate you. He says, like the video, guys. Let's start the new year supporting properly. Appreciate you. Big up, man. Exactly. Everybody hit that like button. This is real. This is real. This is just for us guys. And it's not even just black guys. There's any guys out there who understand and recognize that there's an issue here. There's a problem, because it's not only just black boys that are buying into this mentality or buying into this negative demonic lifestyle. It's all youth now. Most of these gangs you see in London, it's not just black boys doing the crimes no more. It's boys of all different backgrounds and ethnic groups. Because the demographic of young black males or young males in general are buying into this hood gangster YN GM culture, and it's evil. But again, as I said already, I come from that kind of environment. I was actually talking to a girl about this, about my past, and I was talking about all the things that I remember doing and getting up to. Going to parties and locking the party off, just messing up the party, causing trouble, walking around screw facing, having fights in the street with strangers and all kinds of stuff, carrying a weapon or 24/7, bro. I've seen people get attacked with weapons right in front of me. I've been stabbed before myself. Like, bruh, and at this point in life, I realized that this is all a lie. And from this point forward, I want everyone watching this video to understand this fully, bro. Like, this is a lie. This is a direct target at our souls, at our happiness. And bro, I'm going to do some reactions in this live stream, which are going to reinforce the points that I'm making, bro. We don't realize that there is more to life than ghetto hood culture. There's more to life than carrying a shank, carrying a whap. There's more to life than that. There's more to life than, oh, I've got to represent my block. There's more to life than, oh, I want to be like this rapper. I want to be like this pro athlete. There's more to life than that, bro. Because a lot of these criminals and rappers now, where are they? They're 35, 40, 45, 50. Where are they at now, bro? Are they still gangbanging? You see, nothing lasts forever in this world, bro. No condition is permanent. Big up to Fancy Giant for another super chat. He says, Kai isn't a lame. He's an accomplished young man. But I've been in the entertainment industry. When you date women in the industry, they want negativity. Bro, it's not even just the women, bro. Let's keep it real. It's not even just the women, because the guy that called him a lame under my video was a guy. It was a black guy, bro. It wasn't a woman. It was a black guy, bro. It's the men and women. It's like we've been so conditioned to look at negativity and dysfunction as normal. Everything else is lame to us. I did the reaction video where the black woman was on the podcast and she crashed out and she started attacking the guy, tried to flick his hat off and all of that stuff. And then she started talking about she knows real gangsters and you're a lame and you can't F with me and you can't touch those guys. Those are real gangsters. You're a coward, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, this is sad. And this is a grown woman. This ain't no teenager. This ain't no teenager talking like this, bro. A lot of people in the black community grow up and they still have this ghetto, hood, streets, thug life, lifestyle embedded into their psyche, that this is what is real and anything else is lame. If you are not willing to delete and sell poison in your community, you are a lame. You are a square. You're a coward. You're a coward because you want to live a peaceful life. You're a coward because you want to get money legitimately and you are not hyper-focused on being a richy rich. You're not hyper-focused on being a rapper. Sad. Do you know another element I'll let you into? A lot of these non-black girls that like black guys. Yeah, let's talk about this. A lot of these non-black girls that like black guys, a lot of times they want a gangster rapper boy as well, bruh. I remember a while ago, I was talking to some chick, right? And she wasn't black. And she was talking about the kind of guys she likes. And she likes guys that are rappers and bad boys and criminals. And I just thought, like, this is so sad. You're a loser. What kind of person are you? And the woman had the audacity to talk about she wants to have a kid soon. This wasn't no teenager, bro. grown woman, not even black, talking about she likes black men and she always seems to get in relationships with guys that are criminals and thugs. You see, it's coming from all sides, bro. This brainwashing is coming from all sides, fam. And we cannot rely on other people to make the choices for us. We can't rely on other people to stop the propaganda, because at the end of the day, the percentage of black men who really are thugs, criminals, rappers, pro athletes, etc. is small. Small, bro. It's not the majority. No. But for some reason, they have the biggest mouths. They get the spotlight. They get the focus. They're the loudest. Every time these thugs make a podcast, everyone has to go and watch their content, bro. Because they're real. They're so real, but they're scared to get in the ring and fight with their hands. They're scared to have a one-on-one fight, fair fight. They're scared to do that, but they're so real. I don't respect none of them, bruv. I don't have to, and I don't. When you get to this point of understanding in your mind, you start to look at this whole world as a matrix, bro. It's just a matrix. The music, the movies, TV, social media. Whenever you hear these women talk about they want a guy that is a scammer or selling or making fast money, and they don't want a guy that does 9 to 5 because they want to go on holidays whenever. It's all the matrix, bro. It's all matrix. For every 50 cent, there are thousands and thousands of black guys that failed life. They failed life in general, bro. Like, for every Jay-Z, there are thousands and thousands of black guys who failed life. For every single popular rapper, gangster, famous celebrity, whatever, there are thousands and thousands of black males who fail in life. Either they go in the ground because they get deleted, or they end up rotting in prison, or they end up junkies, or they just end up just being just below average, bro. Just living below average life because most of the opportunities in life are not at their disposal no more. Number one, they've probably got some kind of mad record where they can't do a lot of things. They're limited in life. Maybe they can't go to certain areas because if they go to certain areas, they might run into the ops and might get deleted. I have friends like that. I have friends that can't go to certain areas, bro. Like, and I've said this. I said this a while ago. I mentioned it a while ago. I invited a couple of my friends. Hold on. Let me just get rid of you. I don't talk. This is not a democracy, bro. I don't talk to anyone trolling. You're out of it, bro. I ain't got no time for you, bro. People come in trying to derail the conversation for their own agenda. I don't give a crap. Because I know what I'm saying is the truth. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm saying is true. Because there's one thing I noticed, yeah. There's more people that agree and see what I'm saying than there's people that don't like what I'm saying. Way more. From all the way around the world. America, UK, Africa, Caribbean, Europe, all over the world. So I ain't got time for no haters no more. I have no time for no trolls, no haters. You're getting blocked into oblivion from now on. You don't get no response. I don't say your username or nothing. Because you're just a devil, bruv. And that's how I look at these people, bruv. Now, back to what I was saying. There was an instance where there was 2 of my mates, I invited them to come somewhere with me. And they told me, first they asked me a bag of questions, where, when, what, why, when, blah, blah, blah. And then they said, bruh, I can't go. They straight up said, I can't go to this place. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's just a calm thing. That it's not no hood stuff going on. It's not no street stuff going on. It's normal. Bruv, and these are two guys that don't know each other. They're just friends of mine. They equally said, yeah, no, I can't go. I can't go to that area. I've done too much in that area. Too much things have gone down. People have passed away. I can't go to those areas, bruv. And this is real. And when I think about it, I think that's so sad. Like, you're not even comfortable. You can't even move as a human being. You're restricted by an invisible prison. You could be in real prison and you can be in the invisible prison where you can't go certain places and you don't feel easy. You don't feel comfortable. You're always looking around, watching your back, because when in your youth you did too much, because you was indoctrinated into the hood, thug, street, ghetto culture. Do you know what's funny? I always come across some American guys that believe that there's no hoods in the UK. There's like London is soft and, you know, nothing goes down, or you don't even have straps and blah, blah, blah. Bro, when I came back from America and I came back to London, in that year, I believe there was more homicides in London than there was in New York. Now, bear in mind, London is significantly smaller than New York. And also bear in mind, to use a knife to attack someone and take their life, you have to be up close and personal, bruv. To fire a strap, you can do that from far away. But to use a knife, that is up close and personal, bro. That is an extreme act of violence, bro. There was that Canadian boy, whatever his name was, I can't remember his name. He came to London and started shooting his mouth off, talking about, the UK ain't got no thugs and blah, blah, blah. He nearly got his head cut off. That guy's lucky he's alive. So please, don't ever get it twisted. And don't think I'm talking out of my backside when I talk about how the youth, the black youth in the UK, especially, have been indoctrinated into this thug hood lifestyle, bruh. It's not a joke. I have friends that have been shot. I have friends that have been stabbed. Many people have been stabbed. Many. And they weren't quote unquote lames. They were fully in this life, bro. They were in this life. This isn't a joke thing, bro. Like, but for some reason, even though we all know it ends in ruin, it ends in doom, it ends in tragedy, for some reason, we still buy into this culture. We even call it culture when it's not culture, bro. Gang life and gangster rap, and we got to listen to the opinions of ex-bad man and ex-criminals, and we got to hear their opinion about everything in life, and everything they say is so funny and entertaining. I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't watch any of these people, bruv. I don't want to know their opinion. I don't care about their opinion, especially if they're still talking like they're teenagers, bruv. I don't want to hear what they got to say. I don't want to know. Don't want to know, bruv. And then they be stunting on you. I got more money. I got more girls. Like, bruh, come on, man. Then the other thing, everybody wants to be a pro athlete. Bro, you can't, bruh. It is highly unlikely. Listen. A lot of us wanted to play sports. I did it. I played American football in America. And guess what? I didn't make it, fam. That's the truth. Wasn't good enough. Now, when I look back, could I have gone a different route? Probably. Maybe if I'd started my YouTube career earlier, maybe I would be in a different space right now. Who knows? God knows. God's plan. But, bruh. Rapper, criminal, athlete. What do you notice about a lot of athletes when they fall off? What happens? They turn to crime, bro. How many stories have you heard of? And this has happened in London, in the UK, quite a bit, where you have pro footballers, guys that are making thousands of pounds every week, playing for Premier League teams, black guys in particular. I don't think I've seen any stories of no pro white footballers doing this, but ex or current pro, semi-pro footballers, and then they go and do some mad crimes, bro. Why? Because that athlete lifestyle, bro, is for most people, it's going to be unattainable. Then for the next demographic, they might get close but not quite make it. But now they want to live that kind of lifestyle because they've seen it. They've been close to it. Maybe they feel like they have to maintain a certain image that they've portrayed themselves on social media or amongst people in their life. So now they've turned to desperate things. Robberies, selling poison, doing all kinds of things. Fraud. Crazy, bro. If you are a 9-to-5 guy, there is nothing wrong with that. If you are a legitimate guy, there is nothing wrong with that. You are not lame, okay? I want us, please, any young black guys watching this, bruv, any of you lot that are in uni, or maybe you're still in school, or you're in college, or anything like that, bro. Like, I want you lot to understand this thing very, very clearly, bro. I want you to hear this very, very clearly. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear what I'm saying, bruh. If you are working a 9-to-5 job, a legitimate career, you are not lame, bro. You're not square. I don't care what any stupid woman, stupid girl has got to say about it, or what you see on social media, all these criminals, they're getting all these girls. I don't give a crap. I don't give a fuck. Do not buy into these lies. Do you know why a trap house is called a trap house? It's because it's a trap for you. Bro, forget about all these so-called success stories that you hear. All these career criminals come on podcasts, come on videos talking about this and that. And how, yeah, I did this, I went jail, I come out, look at me, I'm rich, I'm a celebrity. Man, bro, don't even watch. It's a lie. It's the Matrix, bro. There's a reason why these platforms, these people, they get pushed in the algorithm. It's the Matrix, bro. It's to destroy you, to throw you in the trap. Why do you think rappers can make songs and say all kinds of profanity and negative, evil concepts in their songs, but they never get censored on any platform? They never get censorship, bro. They never get called misogynists. Think about it. They never get called misogynists, but they call all women bees and whores and blah, blah, blah. They never get called misogynists. You never see feminist groups championing against them. No, never see that. But if a guy on YouTube says, you know what, I think that a lot of these women are modern women and you know, they want a man to be traditional and that's not fair. Oh, you're a misogynist. Think about it, bro. I realized this a long time ago. That's why I don't care when I hear women try to shame me and say, oh, who hurt you, or blah, blah, blah. All of this. Because I know it's the Matrix, bro. It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix, bro. All black guys, whether you're young or you're old as well, because guess what? I see a lot of stories of older black guys getting involved in street gang beef and violence, bro. Either they're getting M'd off or they're going jail. Bro, you're hearing these stories of guys 35 years old and he shanked some guy and now he's in jail on the bus shanking some guy, or some guy 40 years old. He was in a armed robbery and blah, blah, blah and all of this. Bro, it's not just YNs and GMs doing this stuff, bro. It's guys who have been completely brainwashed and conditioned to believe that this is the only way out, bro. This is the only way they can get respect. This is the only way that is real. Because they've been listening to all these gangster rap songs their whole life. Because they've been watching these gangster movies their whole life. Because they see that all these gangster rapper people, they get all the attention from all the women their whole life. Big up to, hold on. Big up to Fancy Giant for the super chat. He says, I'm 7'2". I didn't make it to the NBA. So I did social media and bodyguard work. And I had to believe in myself to do something different, though. This is the thing. Black guys, listen, it's okay to be different. Be yourself. Be an individual. Don't go along with the crowd. Be an individual, bro. Like, be unique. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow what the masses are doing or what the masses say is real. Do your own thing. Do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting nobody, as long as you're doing the right thing, you're not an evil, demonic influence. As long as you got good intentions, bro, do your own thing. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care. Everybody can be against you. It doesn't matter, bro. Everybody doesn't need to understand what you're doing. When I was doing my videos, no one understood what I was doing, bro. No one cared. And even till today, most of the people that I know in real life, they don't understand and they don't care. And most of the support I get is from strangers, fam. All these people that have hit the super chat today are people I don't know in real life. I can count on one hand how many times people I know in real life have actually super chatted me, bro. I can count on one hand, bro. They don't need to understand, bro. Sometimes you need to walk away from people as well. All these old people, all these old street people that you've known, you need to walk away from them, bro. Walk away from that life. Disconnect from that life. Disconnect from that mentality, that mental prison that you have of what is real and what's not real. Who makes these rules? Have you ever stopped to think, who makes these rules? Who makes these rules? Who's the one saying that, okay, this is real, this is not real? You're a lame and you're him. Who makes these rules? You need to stop and think. It's 2026, January 1st. It's time to make a decision. Time is short, bro. I don't think you lot understand. If you look at what's going on outside of your block, your corner, your state, your city, your borough, if you start to look at the world and what's going on in the world, you start to see things are shifting, bro. Time is short. So I suggest you get on the right wavelength, because, bro, you get one chance at life, bro. One chance, fam. You mess it up, that's you. A lot of people, they didn't make it, bro. A lot of people didn't make it into this day. There was people that was alive yesterday that are not alive today, bro. And who knows where their soul has gone? Only God knows, bro. It's real. Big up to Unity is Strength for the super chat. He says, Riches, 4 years ago, you made a video called Truth About Black Men Must Watch. I listened to that video on repeat for a summer and I was able to fight myself out of obesity and low self-esteem. Thank you, bro. Stay powerful, men. Appreciate you. Big up Unity is Strength. And I remember that video, bro. That video is very, very serious video, bro. And that's why I had to start this year with the same energy, fam. See, I talk about all these other things, reacting to what's happening to celebrities, talking about female dynamics, having these conversations with these women. But at the end of the day, that's all irrelevant, bro. What is important is you. Yes, you. Because at the end of the day, these women are going to do whatever they're going to do, regardless if you like it or not. They're going to do whatever they want to do. So the best thing is make sure you're good. Make sure your head's on straight, screwed tightly on straight, bruv. A lot of people won't like you. That's fine. There was a hate. Some guy was writing negative stuff in the chat. That's fine, because guess what? I can just block him. He's erased. He doesn't exist ever again. I'll never see his comments ever again. What is important is you. That's what is important, bro. I made a video a few years ago and it was called Power. There's 4 pillars of power in this life. Financial, physical, mental, social, and spiritual. It's actually 5. So financially, you need to be on job. You've got to work. Bro, I'm on my grind. You see me right now? I'm on my grind, bro. I post every single day. Without fail. I research. I do other things outside of YouTube to make sure I always have multiple streams, bro. Like, this is very important. You need money to survive in this world. It shouldn't be like that, but it's like that. And at the end of the day, we have to all work. But I say this, make sure whatever you're doing is legitimate. Make sure it's legit. You don't want a police kicking off your door at 5 in the morning talking about how did you afford this watch, this chain, your car, or you know, you don't want nobody questioning anything. You want to live a legit life where you have peace of mind. I think people underestimate peace of mind. They underestimate that, bro. I think people underestimate peace of mind severely. Big up Fancy Giant for another super chat. He says, my old friend was a bodyguard like me. He couldn't leave the streets alone. He's dead now. Other than his family, I was the only one who cared. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And that's the other thing about this whole street life, street mentality, lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Bruv, at the end of the day, none of these people, your partners, your boys in the street, your gang, whatever, they don't give a crap about you. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. They don't. They don't. All right? They don't. You're lucky in this life if you have 2, 3 friends. Real friends, if you got 2 or 3 of them, you're blessed in this life. That's the reality, bro. All these, oh, I got 20 of my brothers, we're all gang, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them, they're envious, they're envying you, jealous of you, they just don't like you deep down. You know, that's just life. That's just how it is, bro. Like, you can't trust anybody in this world. You don't know, because you're not a mind reader. So really and truly, you shouldn't be in the business of overly trusting people, bro. Especially if you're around people who are obviously very, very dark. Because at the end of the day, if you are the type of guy that is open to doing, heinous, violent crime, doing all these kind of evil things, demonic things to people, you're not a good person, bro. You're not, bro. You can't be. One thing I can say about myself, and bro, I just thank God for that, and I thank the life of my mum, because my mum forced me to go to church when I was young. I had to go to church every Sunday. Sometimes I had to go to church on a Wednesday. You know, if you're from West African background like I am, you know that church, God and going to church is very, very serious to our parents. Like, when you're a kid, you have no choice, bro. Yeah, and when you're there, you get you get taught certain lessons, bro, that just stick with you. You may not think about it at the time, but as you get older, those things stick with you. In comparison to you know, the other guys that never went church, they never had no kind of spiritual teaching or teaching about, you know, heaven, hell, the soul, you know, evil and stuff like that. And bro, I always knew, even when I was at my worst, when I was carrying a weapon and, you know, I was doing stupid things, stealing, selling this, selling that, doing silly things, hanging out with people that I know I shouldn't be around, bro. Like, I always had that voice inside me, bro, telling me, bro, don't go too far, bro. I always had that voice in my head telling me, bruh, this ain't really you, bruv. Now, I've never been a pushover. I've never been someone that's going to get bullied or victim or anything like that. And I still hold on to that today. I ain't no victim, bully. Nobody's going to come and try and, you know, violate me. And they think, no, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to be like that. But don't ever cross the line and try and be some demon out there. There's a reason why all these boys talk about their own demon time. Where do you think? Why do you think it's even called demon time, bruv? Because they're doing evil. What they're doing is evil, bro. But how many times you heard of stories where a guy gets unalived just because he was friends with somebody who had ops? A guy gets unalived because he's from a certain block and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's from a certain area. He's not even doing any gang stuff. He gets robbed or worse. Things like that happen. You see, a lot of these YNs and these GMs and all of these gang members and these guys that are on social media talking about their criminal life, yeah, they don't tell you about the evil things they've done, the real demonic things they've done, where they've targeted innocent people, civilians, people that are not even on crime, where they've robbed them and beat them up and done worse to them. They don't talk about that, but it's on their conscience. And I know that's true because I've been there. I've been in the group of people, and I was talking about this with a girl I was with the other day, yeah. And I was talking about this because I was reminiscing about one story. It was one time, and I'm not even going to get into it too deep because it'll be too easy to identify things, yeah. But put it like this. I was in a group, and this is like young, probably I must have been about 16, yeah. And we was in a certain area at night, and one of the group, who was somebody that was well known, he was just like, I'm just gonna rob the next person that comes. I'm gonna rob them, bruv. Like, but the thing is, the way he was, if he's gonna rob someone, he's gonna use a weapon on them, bruv. If there's any resistance, he's gonna use a weapon on them, and he'll probably will use a weapon on them anyway, bro. Like, that is demon time, bro. Because that person was random. That was random, bro. That could have been anyone. Like, and I always knew inside me, bro, that's not you, bro. You just don't have that evil streak in you. You don't have that demon streak in you, bro. You have a conscience. Walk away from that programming. Big up to Tip you. Let's say Tip you. Big up to Tip you. He says, happy 2026. Do you feel AI will be positive or negative impact in bad areas used for learning or job losses? I think AI is going to make people lose a lot of jobs, to be honest. I think AI is actually going to have a negative impact on people in general, bro, to be honest with you. I think AI is going to make people more stupid as well, because people ain't gonna have to think anymore. People are not going to have to think anymore. Everybody just goes to ChatGPT. The internet made it bad enough by itself. Google is just there. You could just type anything on Google. But now you've got ChatGPT to give you the exact answer to any question, bro. Like, you literally don't have to think anymore. As long as you can ask a question, that's it, bro. That's it. The answers are there. In seconds. Think about it. In the future, there ain't even going to be like movies with real people anymore. No, there won't be movies with real people. Think about any action movie, horror movie, sci-fi movie. Bro, why would they need to employ actors? You can employ just a group of animators or AI engineers. Bro, they would just make your whole movie and they'd make it. And think about movies. Movies take like a year to create. They take a year to film a movie. Bro, you could get AI to make the movie in like what? A week? For cheaper? Like, bro, AI is going to take everyone's jobs, bro. There won't be no jobs. The only jobs that will be left are will be on the internet, bro. That's what is going to come. That's what it will be, bro. And like, obviously jobs where it's like, like it actually hands-on practical. You need to actually physically be there. Like, so like building houses, AI can't build a house. It can tell you how to build a house, but it physically need humans to build it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, AI is going to make the world. And then what was it? AI is going to make more people more stupid, and AI is going to take people's jobs. So there's going to be a lot more broke people walking around, bro. And there's going to be a lot more broke, stupid people walking around. So thus, in areas which are impoverished already, now you're going to have even more broke people who are desperate. That's what's going to happen, fam. That's what's going to happen. Think about it. People are going to be more introverted as well, because everything's going to be online. You're not going to have to go outside for much. People are going to have virtual boyfriends and girlfriends and have relationships with AI bots and all of this kind of weird stuff. Bro, people are not even going to socialize anymore. They're going to go to these virtual reality AI simulations. And, bro, like this world, bro, it's cooked. The internet was the first step of the cooking. The internet was the fire under the stove. Now the AI is the pot, bruv. And guess who's in the pot, bruv? Human beings. We're the ones getting cooked. We're cooking ourselves. It's mad. But anyway, I just believe that us black guys need to just, and guys in general, bro, like, just understand this whole criminal rapper athlete, bro. No, you don't. No, stop believing this crap. I want to jump to a couple reactions before I end, yeah. And please, everyone, like the video, please. Yeah, I come across this video on Instagram, and the caption says, "UK brother opens up about life on the roads and has affected his mental health, explaining that even everyday activities like going to a restaurant now trigger intense anxiety." Listen. And on the video it says, "The man them feel uncomfortable in normal environments because the roads takes away their confidence. Hashtag anxiety."
Prison, forget death. Can you go to a restaurant and sit there comfortably? What people don't talk about is that the road kills you, bro. Spiritually, mentally, not even physically, bro. Car. Everyone talks about, death in jail is all cliche and that everyone says that. But gee, you try walk in a room where there's just normal people and that eating dinner with forks and knives and that. You probably can't do that, bro. Like, you walk in certain rooms and you start feeling tense and that, bro. You don't feel like you're supposed to be there. You don't feel right there, bro. You feel uncomfortable. And that's what the road does to you, bro. It takes away your confidence, bro. You don't realize it, though, but it takes away your confidence, bro, as a man, bro. Like, you can't even have normal conversations with people no more, bro. Can't even You can't even look at people in the eyes no more. How can someone look at you and you're asking them what you're looking at? Like, it's mad. Like, the road just really kills you inside, bro, and you don't realize that, you're just acting like a... Let me not say the mad things, but yeah. Forget prison.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that you're probably medicating with green, with marijuana. You're probably medicating with that as well, which is probably adding to your mental health issues, is adding to your paranoia and anxiety as well. Because I'll tell you now, at that stage in life, I was smoking a lot as well. And guess what? I started hearing voices. I'm not ashamed to say it, bro. Like, that's why I'm so against smoking. I remember I was having paranoid episodes myself, triggered by the lifestyle I was living, the fact that I had no ambition, I wasn't doing anything with my life, and I was trying to uphold this street lifestyle, which really deep down I knew wasn't really me. Then I was smoking every day. I literally couldn't sleep without smoking. Bro, a lot of you guys, bro, like, you need to give up smoking, bro. Like, give it up, bro. Give up alcohol and give up smoking, bro. It will change your life, your perception of the world. You start to think more clearly. Find something else, something healthy that will distract you. Go to the gym, start boxing, do Muay Thai. I don't know, like, find something constructive that will take your mind off of that, bro. Because you're doing all this drinking and smoking to escape reality. And the reason why you want to escape reality is because you're not happy, bruv. You're not happy. Guess what? When I was smoking and I was doing all this crap, I wasn't happy, bro. Simple. Stop fooling yourself going to these nightclubs, going to these bars and whatever, and hanging out with these people, these degenerate friends you have, pretending like everything's cool and you're having a good time. No, you're not, fam. It's not real. It's the Matrix, I'm telling you, fam. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, this thing's taking long. I don't know what's going on. This video is not working. I don't know why. All right, let's look at this one instead.
Congratulations, guys. I just came.
And this one is captioned, how the CIA used music to destroy black people.
From the ghetto, and there was 10 new homicides, and they were all listening to who? NBA Youngboy.
Hold on, let's rewind that, because that's very fitting that he mentioned NBA Youngboy, because a lot of you guys love this guy. I've never listened to NBA Youngboy. I don't know any of his songs, and I don't even care because I know what it represents. But anyway, let's reload this, bro.
Guys, I just came from the ghetto, and there was 10 new homicides, and they were all listening to who? NBA Youngboy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. They're all killing each other. Listen, shout out to one of the 72 demons of the Goetia. They definitely helped, you know, with all this energy and, you know?
One thing about Moloch, he does not miss.
Right. Hey, how's the women music coming along?
Well, we did drop the Summer Walker album, like you said.
Okay. How are they perceiving it?
So far, everyone seems sad and depressed and missing their exes.
There we go. Now we're talking. We need the women sad, depressed, hated men, and then we need the men angry and fueled up and they want to kill shit. We need that. We need that, all right? They need to look as destructive as possible.
And the new Zod leadership that are going to keep them angry and killing for the next 5 months.
It's the only way. It's the only way. We've been doing this for decades now.
Yeah. This has been going on for decades now. This has been going on longer than I've been alive. Bro, like, I know that this clip here is meant to be comedy, but it's actually real. And that's why I left the comment right there. And it says, and I wrote, this is actually truth. See, there's always comedy, but truth in the comedy. Bro, like, they want the guys to be listening to degenerate guys talking about drilling and trapping and murking other black guys. Everyone's angry, but this is what is real, because if you don't adhere to this stereotype or this image as a black man, you are lame. That's what everybody will tell you. You're lame if you don't adhere to this. If you come across as a Kai Cenat type of guy, you are lame. But if you are an NBA young boy, then you are him. You're the guy. All these women are going to like you, and all these guys are going to look up to you and listen to your opinion and listen to whatever you've got to put out there. Sad.
That's why we got rid of all that lovey-dovey music. Girl, let's just get married. We gotta get rid of all that shit. All that shit had to go. It all had to go. No. We need men that are unstable and don't second guess nothing at all.
Yep, the guys that don't think. In a lot of times you hear a lot of black people say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Bruv, why? What? How? Think about this, bro. Are you an animal, bruv? What do you mean you don't give a F? You're a human being. You're able to reason. You're able to fix problems logically. Why would you decide to live your life with a I don't give a F attitude? Think about that. You don't give a F. You don't give a F if you live or die. You don't give a F if you go to jail. You don't give a F who you hurt. You don't give a F who you destroy. You don't give a F that there's younger ones that are looking up to you that are going to try and copy whatever you do. You don't give a F about the bigger picture, about your community. You don't give a F about anything, bro. All you care about is how you feel right at this second. Sad, bro. Very sad. And at this point, us guys, particularly because guys, we are leaders, whether we like it or not, or whether the women want to hear it or not, the men are the leaders. So as black guys, you need to understand you have a choice. That's why I always tell everyone, I don't really like music anymore. I don't really like music. Now, to be honest with you, to be really, really brutally honest, yeah, there are still music songs that I listen to here and there, whatever. But on the whole, I don't have no favorite artist. I don't have no favorite rapper, no favorite artist, no favorite anything, bro. Because I know what really the agenda is with all this media. I know what the agenda is against us black guys in particular. I know what the agenda is. It's destruction, bro. The enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy, bro. Kill, steal, and destroy. All right. Big up Lord Hybrid for the super chat. Big up to my boy, Lord. Hey, big up to Lord Hybrid. Go check out his videos, man. He's got a YouTube channel. Please go check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channel and everything, yeah? Big up to Lord Hybrid, man. In my 50s, I have friends my age who are still smoking every day. The media has been very destructive to blacks. Big up King Riches. Big up to my bro, man. Long time. Yeah? Big up to Lord Hybrid, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, my bro. Happy New Year. This is what I'm saying. And it goes back to what Hybrid just said. Like, this mentality amongst black people doesn't stop when they hit 22, 25, 30. It just keeps going, bro. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop. You see these old black guys and they're still talking about street stories, their hood stories and all of this crap. You got these black guys, these guys, I'm a bad man, I'm this and that. These guys are over 40 years old, talking about their bad man and all of this, sounding like they're 15. Just talking a bag of nonsense, bro. Like, grow up, fam. And most of these guys, they'd be too scared to put on boxing gloves, get in the ring, and have a fair fight. See, because if you really are this angry, aggressive, and wanna impose dominance over other men, why not do it in a more, respectable, commendable way? Get in a boxing ring if you really have smoke, because that's what I say to guys, bro. Like, bro. Bro, I and this is why I make sure I train hard all the time, because the opportunity, one day one of these ex-bad man rapper guys, one of these guys is gonna make the mistake, bruv, and they're gonna say, oh, this guy King Richards thinks he's this, he thinks he's that, I'll box him and I'm gonna destroy that guy, bruv, severely. I'm looking dead in the camera, bro. Like, one of these guys is going to make a mistake and I'm going to embarrass this guy bad. Like, and this is for all, and I'm going to do it for all the quote unquote lame dudes, all the dudes that don't subscribe to being gangster, hood, NBA young boy, bad man. The girls don't like guys like me because they like criminals. I think I'm going to do it for all those guys, bro. All them black boys that are just doing 9 to 5 legitimate and they're being overlooked or they're being made to feel inferior. I'm going to do it for all them guys, bro. And that guy, whoever it is, who that victim will be, bro, I'm going to absolutely annihilate that guy, bro. It's not going to be pretty, bro. Because I know most of these guys, they're not really real, bro. Like, because if you was real, you wouldn't need a weapon. You wouldn't need a gang of people around. You wouldn't need a gang to feel this or, oh, yeah, I'll send this boy. I'll send it. Bro, no. No. You don't need to kill people. You don't need to delete people. You could, bro. Oh, man. It's real like that. And the thing is, these personalities are influencing young boys, bro. And every day, young guys, especially black, lose their lives or waste their lives in one way or another. Because they're listening to black guys talk about how bad they are and how they're demon time and how they're this, and listening to these stupid rap songs. Talking about going in and out of jail like that's some kind of rite of passage. And why is it that people act like going to jail is such a minor thing? I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't want to go to jail, fam. I've been arrested loads of times, bag of times, had to flipping spend night in a cell, like, before. Bro, that's disgusting, horrible experience, bro. I couldn't even imagine doing that for full time. Oh my God. God forbid, bro. God forbid. God forbid, bro. These guys are acting like, oh yeah, just go in and out of jail. It's normal. And then when they come out of jail, everybody's celebrating. Why are you celebrating this guy, bro? Bro, a lot of times there are people in jail and didn't commit the crimes that they went to jail for. But a lot of times the people did commit the crime they went to jail for, bro. Especially if you come out and you glamorize it and you talk about doing these things. Why are we like free stabby, happy stabby, bruv? Why are we saying free happy stabby when he talked about doing that all day long? It caught up. What do you mean, bro? Like, bro, it's 2026, bro. Like, people need to change, fam. The mentality needs to change. Big up to IC for the super chat. He says, that's why the whole world don't need to know me. That's why the whole world don't need to know me. I'm not really sure what that means, but big up to you, bro. Like, come on, it's time to do better, guys. All right. Anyway, support the real man and support black guys, support guys that are just doing their own thing. I think it's time that the majority who are not the criminals and the degenerates and illegal people, their voices need to be heard. They need to be put at the forefront. They need to be focused on. Guys that are legitimate, doing the right things. Guys that are fathers, their husbands, they're innovators. Guys that have worked hard, that are consistent. Guys that have a healthy message. Guys that are speaking the truth. Not aiding and abetting the propaganda that is keeping us mentally trapped. Yes, and I'll even say we. Our voices need to be heard. We need to be supported. All right? The media machines, they're always going to push these negative narratives because they have their evil agendas, bro. Yeah, but when you come across the real people that with the real message, you got to support them, bro. That's why I always say, like the video. Then you got people that will never like the video, but guess what? They will go and like NBA Youngboys videos, bro. They will go to NBA Youngboys concerts. Or not just him, but any of these other bad influences. They will support them. They can't even do a thing like the video and it's free. It's crazy, bro. Anyway, with that being said, you lot, I hope this hit home. Please leave a comment underneath this video. Start conversations. Share this video on Facebook as well. Share this video on Facebook as well. Instagram, everywhere, right? That's all I got to say. You lot, it's been a pleasure having this conversation. I think this was very important. And also share this video with big reaction channels as well. They need to be reacting to my videos, man. All these reaction channels, these big ones, they're haters, bro. They don't want to see me get any kind of focus, bro. That's why they've never reacted to my videos. Yeah? Anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. You lot take care of yourselves. Like the video, leave a comment, and I'm out. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.